Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we're glad in it. If you are coming on while we are live, even if we're not live, if you're watching the replay, I want you to do me a quick favor. I want you to hit the like button. Make sure you like the video. Hit the share button if you're on a platform that you can share it. And if you're not, maybe you can text someone. You can inbox, DM someone, send an email, call somebody and tell them, Prophet Ramon, the Ramon Preston Show, and my squad, we are live right here, right now in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And this is the day, the Thursday, December the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. And we are still going live. We're still sharing information with you to help you properly start, structure, and scale your business, your ministry, your income stream, your wealth building dreams. Maybe you're like me. You have all of the above. You've got nonprofit ideas. You've got community service ideas. You've got business ideas. You've got intellectual property ideas. You've got wealth building ideas. And if that's you, then the Ramon Preston Show is going to be perfect for you. So please hit the like button, hit the share button. If you're watching from YouTube, be sure to hit the bell. Subscribe to my YouTube page. We have over 6,400 subscribers, 6,400, and we're looking to get to at least 10,000. So we need your help. We need you to share our YouTube page with other family members, friends, colleagues, co-workers, people that you know that are looking for real information to help them in their business and in their finances. And for those of you who are watching from any other platform, please be sure to turn on your notifications. Be sure to follow us, subscribe if you have that opportunity and capability to subscribe. We all collectively, but on behalf of my whole team, I want you to know that I and we appreciate your time. We appreciate your participation. We appreciate your engagement. We appreciate all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, all of you that continue to follow us and to get value from what we're sharing with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I also want to say very quickly before I get into my discussion today, because I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about business and tax strategies for 2022. Okay, we're just a few days away from a new year. And a lot of people are going to be taking a couple of days off. I have actually, instructed my staff, my squad, that they don't have to show up tomorrow, even though we are in the type of business that we stay on call 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But there are many people who are going to be taking tomorrow off, taking Christmas off, of course, Sunday, and maybe even Monday. So a lot of people are going to have a 4-day weekend. All right. Of course, I may show up tomorrow and do a live show. Just depends on what I have going on. My goal in my head is to show up tomorrow. And of course, we may not be able to host a show Monday. And it's not because we won't be in the office. It's because we're going to have a couple crew members here helping us to finish our studio out. So I'm very excited about that. But for all of you, if you have a few days, whether it's this weekend or next week leading up to January 1st, and you are already thinking about your business and tax strategies for 2022, I really want you to take a few minutes today to listen to me and take some notes, because it's very, very important for you to understand how important your business and tax strategies are, not just when you get into 2022, but even before you get into 2022. So I want to say thank you so much to all of you that watch the show, that share the show, that comment. If you have any questions throughout the show today, please feel free to give us a call. You can actually call this number. We have a couple numbers that you can call. We're working on making sure we have the capabilities of taking your calls live through our new studio system that we're going to be using, but that's yet to be determined next week. So please make sure if you have any questions, you can either drop the questions in the comments if you're watching us live and you're on a platform that you can do it. And I'm already starting to use different language because beginning in January, we're going to be adding new platforms for our show, meaning that we will be streaming our show on, I believe, Roku. We'll be streaming our show on Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. So there are going to be a lot of platforms that we will be having our show on, and that means we're going to be changing up a little bit the format of the show. We're also planning on launching our podcast officially in January. So within the next week or so, we plan on relaunching the Ramon Preston Show, of course, with a new studio, somewhat of a different look and feel. That's yet to be determined because I'm still contemplating what type of screen I want behind me. I'm still contemplating if I want to get my whiteboard. And even if I do go with the whiteboard, I just found out from Google and a couple other companies that it's going to be a delay in order for me to get it anyway. So whatever the case is, we're definitely going to have a new studio look and feel. We're going to have some new equipment and technology that we'll be working with because we're going to be introducing the Ramon Preston Show to new platforms. We plan on being on Roku, as I said, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. We plan on hosting a podcast for the Ramon Preston Show, which will be on Spotify, iTunes, and Google. I believe those are the three major players. And so I'm very excited about that. And even the podcast is going to give those of you that follow our show an opportunity to not just watch the show with your eyes on our video-based platforms, but you'll be able to just listen to it, go back, listen to the replay. And I'm very, very excited. So please be sure to follow us, subscribe anywhere you see our content, anywhere you see our videos. Be sure to support the Ramon Preston Show. Be sure to support our pages. Most of my pages are at Ramon Preston. So that's on YouTube, that's on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat. Most of these platforms, you're going to see at Ramon Preston. So be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow, and share our video content. Few other things that I want to mention while I do have your attention before we get into what I'm going to talk about today. We are launching a few new programs. One of the new programs that we are launching is going to be complementary to our Millionaire Blueprint. And so as you see behind me, I've been showing this because we just recently updated our online business and financial wealth building system. We give 1-year access for $1,500 to this entire program. It's a $5,000 program, and we have been offering it for $1,500 with a payment plan option. So if you're interested in getting access to a world-class business and financial wealth building system to teach you and to train you and to walk you through the process of starting and structuring a holding company, really building out systems for your holding company like financial systems. We walk you through tutorials on how to integrate QuickBooks into your business system. We have sales and marketing training in this program where we teach you how to put a sales program together, how to put a script together, how to walk your prospects and your leads through the sales process. We teach you very strategic marketing practices, how you can build a brand like we're doing. We're building a brand, and with that brand, we're able to market and market from the perspective of how we're building our brand. A lot of companies don't do that. A lot of solopreneurs don't do that. We also have an entire financial literacy course on this program. We teach you the ABCs of financial literacy, accounting, and we teach you the basics of business accounting, like financial planning, income and expense tracking, banking, risk management, investments, retirement. We teach you the fundamentals, the basics, the ABCs. We teach you about balance sheets, net worth. We teach you about assets, liabilities, cash flow. We share with you creative strategies to increase your cash flow. In most cases, you can increase it by 30% within 30 days, meaning that even if you're working a W-2 job, this program can show you how to revisit your W-4 form, how to get a pay raise on your job, how to connect that strategy to owning a business. If you're a network marketer, we have a course for network marketers to show you not just the sales part of your network marketing, but the business part. How do you take your network marketing business, your independent business, and how do you connect it to a real legitimate business system? Guess what? We have people that are in our coaching program, people that are on this Millionaire Blueprint who are on fixed incomes. We have people who are making minimum wage. We have people who are in the middle between working a job and owning a business. We have people who own businesses. We have pastors and ministers that are on this Millionaire Blueprint. You know why? Because across the board, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, guess what? Most likely you want financial freedom. You want some economic peace of mind and some stability. Well, guess what? You got to get educated. You got to get trained, and you have to walk through that process. And so we show you how to become a blueprint millionaire. It is my personal playbook. So it's not something that I've just copied and pasted from Wikipedia, or I just Googled my way through building an online platform to say that I have an online platform, but I'm using everybody's information. No, all this information is my information, and it is what I have used to build what is considered now a multi-million-dollar business. I know without a shadow of a doubt my organizational enterprise. I'm talking about the overall assets that my company and my enterprise has. I know without a shadow of a doubt it is worth a couple $1 million at least. And I've had legal experts, I've had CPAs, I have a lot of great people on my team that I work with, and a lot of professionals that I have in my personal credibility kit who have done some evaluations, who have done some assessments, who have looked at the trademarks, the IP, the proprietary processes that we use, and the things that we've built with our organization, who have said, yeah, you got yourself something. And guess what? Everything that I have is protected. And I'm very proud of what I've been able to build. I'm proud to say that my wife and I have put ourselves in a position to become blueprint millionaires. And guess what? I want you to have that same experience. And guess what? In order for you to have that same experience, you have to build an infrastructure that actually works. So I said all that in the introduction to say, if you are interested in this Millionaire Blueprint, or if you would like to know more about our Millionaire Mentorship program, we're officially launching it in January, just a week or so from now. We are officially launching it. You actually can go to my university platform and see the information on there. I'll probably pull it up for you before the show ends. So, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and guess what? We come to you on a day-to-day basis, a weekly basis, a regular basis, to share information with you that is designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. And guess what? If there was a specific niche that I had to share with you to help you understand what business I'm in, that niche would actually be business consulting, meaning that we specialize in helping you properly start your business, properly structure your business, and properly scale your business with the right systems and processes so that you can continue to move forward with that business. And that is the same with ministries and churches, because they're all systems that you have to build, and you've got to structure them correctly. And that's what I specialize in. So as a business consultant, as a business coach, as a business trainer, this is what we do through the show, sharing information with you that we use in our own lives and what we use to serve our clients in our consulting and coaching division. I'm also a real estate consultant. My wife is a real estate professional, and we've been in real estate since we've been married. We've been entrepreneurs since we've been married full time. So for the last 18 years, my wife and I have been building an infrastructure to not just be where we are, but to get to where we're going. So we know what we provide as consultants, coaches, and even what we train and teach people in our university. We know it works because it's working for us. So if you're interested in any of the programs, of course, you could go to RamonPreston.com, and that is our main web portal. And on RamonPreston.com, you'll see information about our Millionaire Blueprint. You'll see information about our Millionaire Mentorship program. You'll see information about RP Capital, which is a newly launched real estate investment firm that we just recently launched. And we recently launched it in 2021, but it's actually for what we're pursuing in 2022, even though we will assess your property today if you have a property that you want to sell. So guess what? Everything that I have going on, I want to see all of my community members have going on. I want to see you build businesses, make a lot of money, be a blessing to your church, take care of your family, serve your community, and have the freedom and flexibility to do it. But I know it's going to take the right infrastructure. So today, I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you about business and tax strategies for 2022. All right, business and tax strategies for 2022. Here's what I want to share with you. First of all, if you are a W-2 employee and you have revisited your W-4 form this year, now this is serious information, so I don't want you to take what I'm saying lightly and think I'm just trying to sell you on something. I really want to help you, and I want to make sure that you get the right direction. If you are a W-2 employee and you revisited your W-4 form and you went up on your allowances or exemptions, whatever you call them, if you went up, meaning that you are no longer giving the IRS any withholdings of your federal income taxes. If you are an individual that did that, I know a lot of the clients that I have served this year in our coaching program, clients that I've consulted just randomly here and there, and a lot of students that have joined my Millionaire Blueprint program. I know that there are a lot of those, and some of you that may be watching have participated in this income shifting strategy, in this creative financial strategy. Now, when you did that, if you're a W-2 employee, when you revisited your W-4 form and you went from, let's say, 0 allowances, exemptions, or dependents, you went from 0 to 6 or 9 or 3 or 8, whatever number that you put on there that caused your net pay to go up, and it caused your tax to go down, all right? You may have even zeroed out where there's no federal taxes being withheld. Here's what you need to understand, because I don't know who gave you this instruction. I don't know where you got your information from, because this is a powerful strategy. But what you don't want to run into is doing your taxes next year in 2022 and finding out that you owe the IRS a substantial amount because you did not track your income and expenses for 2021. So this strategy is awesome. This is a powerful strategy. It allows you to get more in your net pay or your take-home pay. But when you lower your withholdings to little to nothing, what happens is you have to justify that. Okay? You have to justify that, meaning that when you come into 2022 to do your taxes and there were no taxes taken out of your W-2 check, then you have to account for that. And in most cases, people who make this decision or implement this strategy are not business savvy enough to understand the power of this strategy and how to connect it to business ownership. Now, of course, you can do this and just join a network marketing company and use your network marketing association or affiliation as independent contracting, as as an individual who's doing business as. But I almost always recommend you to start a legitimate business, even though some people don't see the need for it, but to each its own. However, if you're being educated about your legacy, if you're being educated about entrepreneurship and business ownership and investing and creating a legacy for you and for your family, then you're not going to leave that type of legacy hanging on the hinges of an independent contracting sole proprietorship or some type of 1099 side hustle. You're gonna contextualize it in a legitimate business, even though we know, or some of you do know, that an LLC is just a pass-through entity. So for tax purposes, you're gonna be treated like a sole proprietor if you're a single member or whatever. But my point is, you still have a legitimate business that you can start building your legacy around. You can start developing products and services, or at least running products and services that you're selling through your business to be able to really get into business ownership. This is very, very critical. So I wanted to start here because if you are a W-2 employee and you participated in a income shifting strategy like revisiting your W-4 form, you went up on your allowances and exemptions to whatever that number is, and you lowered your tax, your federal tax withholdings to little to nothing, then you need to make sure before 2021 ends, this is a part of your tax strategy for 2022. You need to make sure before this calendar year ends that you go back and revisit all your activities, your financial activities. You want to make sure that you reconcile your transactions, your income and expense transactions. And again, if you were being educated by somebody like me, then I probably already told you to once you revisited your W-4, I probably told you to connect that to a EIN, meaning that I would have told you to start a holding company, which would have been a LLC, and it may have been a single member or multi-member, depending on if you're single or if you and your spouse made this move. And I would have also told you to integrate systems to your holding company, even if you're still a W-2 employee. But I would have told you to connect that W-4 strategy to an EIN, start a holding company, and integrate systems into your holding company. The first system I would have told you to integrate into this holding company would have been a financial system. More specifically, QuickBooks. Okay? Now, everything that I'm saying to you, guess what? You still have a few more days in this year to fix this if you did not do it this way. If you do not know how to do this and you're not clear on what the details are step by step, don't worry. I'm going to give you another opportunity to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. You're going to text millionaire to 404-478-7213. We're going to get you onboarded to this Millionaire Blueprint. And my team and I are going to direct you to show you where you need to start today and before this year is out to either, if you didn't start your holding company, we're going to show you how to do it. We have an entire course in here to walk you through the process of filing and forming your holding company LLC. We also have tutorial videos to walk you through obtaining your EIN, to walk you through obtaining your articles of organization. We have operating agreements already inside that you're able to upload and just add your business information. You can literally do this before the year is out. And we have an entire workshop where we take about 2 hours to walk you through QuickBooks configuration. This is a process that you can actually do. When you do that, let's just say as a W-2 employee who needs to find tax deductions and write-offs to justify making that transition with the W-4, right? We're going to show you how to connect your bank account. This is your bank account. We're going to show you how to connect your bank account to QuickBooks so that you're able to go back and reconcile those transactions, meaning that you're going to itemize those transactions to see what were your business expenses, what was your income, overall income, and what you should more specifically do when you reconcile this is reach out to a CPA, to a tax expert, and allow them to just take a quick look at what you have, your overall income for the year, your overall expenses for the year, or what you have assumed are business expenses, for them to take a legal, a technical, a professional expert perspective of what you have, and for them to be able to tell you what you may anticipate to have to pay in 2022, or what you would need to do before 2022 comes to lower that potential tax bill. This is the right way to do it, ladies and gentlemen. And notice, I'm giving you some game, but I'm not giving you the legal, technical details of this game that an expert needs to give you. And so if you've been listening to someone who is not a CPA, is not a tax attorney, is not a professional in that capacity, that's giving you information like all of us gurus and moguls and internet influencers do, be sure that you don't miss the disclaimer of, I'm not a tax expert, I'm not a legal professional. Please consult with those individuals. This is something that I'm giving you for educational purposes. That's typically what you hear as a disclaimer. If you missed that memo, or if you didn't hear that memo, please assume, if they're not that type of legal or financial expert, that you still need to run this by. Now, one of the reasons why I'm sharing this is because for the last 2 weeks, I've been back and forth with my tax strategist. I've been back and forth with 2 of my attorneys that I have in my credibility kit. And guess what I've been doing? I've been grinding out, reconciling transactions throughout the year, because I've had multiple streams of income. Some income was through my business. Some income was through my holding company. Some income was through my wife's real estate license. Some income was outside of that, just personal income. And we generally, which you're supposed to, but when we reconcile all of our income and expenses for the year, we do it throughout the year. We don't wait until the end of the year. But when we get to the end of the year, we generally connect with our tax strategist. We give them everything that we have. Let's say, for example, if we reached out to our tax strategist in September or October. So a lot of times we may extend our filing till September. If we extend it to September, we typically reach out to them in October to do a forecast for the upcoming year. And we're just, even though we don't have October, November, and December, or if we did it in November, we don't have all of November and December, we still anticipate what we may have coming in and what type of expenses we may have, because what? We can do like we do in real estate. We can go back to the to the T9, the trailing 9. We could look back the last 9 months and see, oh, okay, every month, this is how much your expenses were. Is there anything different that's coming up? If we have a couple closings lined up, we'll add those closings. If we have 3 or 4 big purchases coming up that we know could be potential business expenses, we add those, and we get some type of forecast to see, okay, how much taxes we would pay if we did our taxes today. So now that gives us some wiggle room between that moment we get that information and the end of the calendar year to decide what type of purchases we need to make that are business expenses and what things do we need to do to lower that tax bill and to make sure everything is reconciled and to have a peace of mind to not be speculating, because you cannot go into 2022 speculating if you are an individual that did this. Now, guess what? If you are not a W-2 employee, but you are an independent contractor, you're a real estate agent, you're an insurance agent, or you're a network marketer, and you're not getting a W-2 check, but you may be getting a 1099 at the end of the year from your broker or from that network marketing company. Well, guess what? The business side of what you've done this year works the same way. And if you are a part of my coaching program, or if you've been getting educated in my Millionaire Blueprint, at some point you've either heard me say it to you or I've said it to you in a session that you should already have your business if you're in the middle. All right, so this is for the W-2 employees. So let's just go to those of you that are in the middle, okay? If you're in the middle, meaning that you are a 1099, you may have filled out a W-4, not a W-4, it's a W-9. Let's just keep it simple. You're a 1099, all right? You're an independent contractor. You're a real estate agent or some other type of agent. You're a network marketer. Now, if you're one of these, most likely your 1099 was connected to your Social Security number, right? So that means all the income that came in from being an agent, being a network marketer, being an independent contractor, all that income is going to be 1099 income that you're going to have to not only report in your tax filing next year, but you're going to have to pay taxes on, right? At least self-employment taxes. There are other taxes that you might get around, but just to kind of simplify it, because remember, I'm not the expert. I just listen to the experts that work with me to learn enough to be able to communicate things to help you understand how important it is for you to understand the business behind some of these legal and financial issues that experts have to help you with, but they're not going to help you put your business together and run it. A lot of entrepreneurs don't understand that. So they go to the tax person in January of 2022 and say, hey, I just need you to do my taxes for last year. And then you give them all the paperwork and all the receipts and all the stuff you got, whether you had it put together right or not. And then they come back and tell you, oh, you owe $10,000 in taxes. And you're like, hold on, man, I thought you supposed to lower my taxes. I thought you supposed to help me create strategies. No, they did not run your business last year. You get what I'm saying? They are providing for you a professional service. And if you want them to continue to provide that service throughout the year, then there are costs associated to that. All right. So back to my point. If you're 1099, an independent contractor, real estate agent, network marketer, and those 1099s are associated to your Social Security number, that means you may have deposited the checks from your commissions or whatever money you had coming in from that network marketing company. Most likely it was connected to your personal bank account. And see, this is why I encourage you at the onset to have a QuickBooks account and to either open up a separate bank account from your personal that you can deposit your real estate commissions in, deposit your network marketing deposits in, put those in, and then you just take out what you're taking out for yourself. So at least you have that one system that's easily connected to QuickBooks, so you could go back on there and see what were all these transactions. So now you see money that went out, that money went to you personally, but all these other transactions were potential business expenses, and this is the overall income that came into your business. Now again, if you do not have that, guess what you should be doing? You should be either going through our workshop to get educated on how to set up a QuickBooks account. You should be connecting your bank account to QuickBooks, and you should be going through the process for the next couple days to reconcile all of those transactions. And before the year is up, reaching out to an expert saying, I need you to do a quick run through my transactions to see where I'm at before I get into the new year. Because you get into the new year, now your year is up, and you're not going to be able to go back to the year before, excuse me, and try to pull in things into the new year 2022 from 2021, when you could do things now that are expenses and pull 2022 into this year. All right, that's another strategy. So it's the same thing that the W-2 employee did. All right, so these are business and tax strategies that you've got to reconcile. You've got to get these things under your control. Please, please, even if whether you are a W-2, whether you are a 1099, or whether you are a business owner with an EIN, or all of the above, please, this applies to all three categories of individuals. Please do not speculate and assume and leave this calendar year with speculation and assumption, because speculation and assumption, I can almost guarantee it's going to lead to disappointment when you do your taxes next year. It's going to lead to disappointment. It's going to lead to disappointment. As much as I'm acting like I know, as much as I'm telling you as if I'm like the next best thing since sliced bread, as intelligent as it seems like I am when it comes to business and tax strategies, guess what happens? You can still make mistakes. I made a mistake this year. I literally made a mistake this year. I probably have about a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000. I think I have like maybe a $5,000 to $7,000 tax bill that I'm going to be paying for 2020. For 2020, I'm just showing you. I found this out in September of this year. I found it out once I got all of my tax paperwork filed and talked to my CPA and went over everything from 2020. I found out that I'm gonna have about a $5,000 to $7,000 tax bill for 2020. And you know why? It's because there was some income, personal income that came in. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but I'm just showing you how, listen, none of us are exempt from making mistakes. I'm glad it was just a $5,000 to $7,000 mistake as opposed to a $50,000 to $70,000 mistake. And so I'm just being straight up with you. This $5,000 to $7,000 was because of I don't have any W-2 income, right? But I do have income that comes in that's considered to be personal 1099 that is outside of my business income. And so I forgot what bracket this was. This was somewhere between the 12% bracket or some tax bracket that this dollar amount was. But I ended up having to owe 5 to 7 because this was some income that came in that I actually forgot it came in. Like literally, this was like a stream of income that came in and I totally forgot about it. So I didn't add it correctly to the transactions that my CPA filed. And so once I realized it and I reached back out to him, I was like, oh man, I got like 40, 50, 60 grand that came in over here and I actually forgot about it. And guess what I was told? Well, you'll get a tax bill. for 5 to 7K. This is why it's so important for you to stay on top of it, because whether you are a W-2 employee that's working a 1099 on the side, or a W-2 employee that's got a legitimate business, or you've done certain things as a W-2 employee, like revisiting your W-4, and you are a network marketer, or if you're just a 1099, both of you, this one here and this one here, you both should have a holding company. Period. End of story. You both should have it. And again, if you're listening to people who are telling you different, well, you're probably listening to too many people. You probably have to take some time this weekend and before this year is out to decide, who do I want to follow? Who do I want to listen to? Because I'm telling you, there's like a world of information out there. And a lot of this information is not wrong. It's just different. And it's just going to depend on who you want to align yourself with and what exactly you want to use as a course of action for your personal, professional, and financial life. But you've got to be able to make that decision, because you listening to Ramon Preston and he's saying, oh, you need a holding company. Then you go listen to somebody else and they say, you don't need no holding company. A LLC is worthless. Then you listen to somebody else and say, well, not only do you not need a holding company, but you don't even need a 1099. You just need to go find another job. And then you listen to somebody else and they say, well, you need to grind more and worry less. And then somebody else tells you, no, you don't need to grind more. You need to rest more so you can worry less. You got to choose this stuff, and you got to choose who you're listening to. So if you're listening to me, I'm telling you, if you're a W-2 employee, especially if you're participating in strategies like the income shifting strategy, using your W-4, revisiting it, going up on your allowances, lowering your tax bill or your withholding, and getting more in your take-home pay, you can start out doing the 1099 as a network marketer or a real estate agent or whatever, but I'm probably going to tell you to take some time out to think about, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? This is a part of business and financial planning. This is why I teach this in my financial literacy courses, in my entrepreneurship courses. This is a lot of information because I want your philosophy of life and business and finance to show up in how you structure what you do in your career or in your business. So if you're listening to me and I'm telling you to do an EIN, but you're still getting W-2 money, and you may still have some side hustles where you're just getting 1099 money and it's not running through your business, because it's not always that way. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, my wife, she's a real estate agent. She's not a broker, because we didn't want to become brokers. We didn't want to get into the brokerage, because there's no need for us to get into that type of business. So she has a broker, but this particular broker doesn't allow the real estate agent, the professional, to get paid commissions through an entity. They want to pay that agent a commission personally, meaning that they're going to send them a 1099 through their social security number. But because we do have businesses, and because we do understand how to structure our business systems so that when we add this income to this income, we're able to take benefits and advantages because we have the right people in our life helping us. It works for us, okay? So I want you to really take what I'm saying into consideration and do that before this year. Do that before this year is out. Now, if you're just EIN, if you're just a business owner, all right? If you're just a business owner and you don't have anything else but business going on, then you still need to reconcile your income and expenses. Like, if people are paying you money and people have your business information and your EIN or your social security number, and you're not filing that information every year as income and reporting it, but they are reporting what they gave to you, at some point it's going to come back to find you, and then you're going to be penalized and you're going to find yourself in a whole lot of stuff, and you don't want to do that, especially as business owners, as ministers and leaders and influencers, we want to do things with integrity. So as I said, it's just like that $5,000 to $7,000 that I totally forgot about. Certain income came in that was not reported correctly. It was reported, but it was not itemized correctly. And so I just missed that because I was so busy this year, and I really just didn't even think about it. But guess what? That's a good problem to have. That was money that was made. That $5,000 to $7,000 was income that came in. Well, that money that was income that came in, and the taxes that's going to be paid on that are just going to be paid, and we're going to keep it moving. So anyway, for those of you that are watching, if you need help with any of what I've been talking about, if you are a W-2 employee, 1099, business owner, ministry leader, you may be a pastor. There are a lot of pastors who have side businesses, or they are bivocational pastors or bivocational nonprofit leaders. Some of you are paraprofessionals, meaning that you kind of like have a business, but you also work a job, you have a career, you have a role that you play with the company. These are things that you really need to reconcile. And so the business is one thing, getting the business started and structured correctly. That's going to be one thing. And again, if you have none of this, hear me out. You can get all this done before December the 31st. Literally, you can get all this done before December the 31st. So if you have, or if you don't have a business, we need to make sure that you're started and structured correctly. All right. Then the next box I want you to check is the financial box. And this is going to connect to QuickBooks, because we want to be able to track and reconcile your income and expenses. So all of this information that I'm telling you that you need in order to do these things is in this Millionaire Blueprint. We have an entire course on starting and structuring a holding company. Now, we do have a legal team that starts and structures your holding company for you. They will file it, they will form it, they will process it, draft your operating agreement. So if that's a service that you need because you may just not have the expertise or the time to learn it yourself in this program, but you need it done before this year is out, I want you to go to RamonPreston.com. RamonPreston.com. Go to RamonPreston.com, and there you're going to see a link in our menu, and that link is going to say we start holding companies. That's what the link is going to say. We start holding companies, okay? And you can actually go to that link, and you can submit all of your information. And when you submit all your information, let me see if I can actually pull it up while we're on here. You can submit your information. You see if I probably already have it up. RamonPreston.com. Here we go. You go to RamonPreston.com, and right there in the menu, right here in our menu, if you're looking at it from your phone, of course, you're going to have to tap the far right part of the menu, but you're going to see a link that says we start LLCs. When you click that link, it's going to take you to our corporate service page. Okay, this information, once you submit it, we're going to be able to have our legal team process your articles of organization, your operating agreement, your resolution to open a bank account, your certificate of good standing. All you have to do is fill out your personal and company information, so that it can all be filed correctly. And once you sign and agree, there's going to be a payment method option. Once you pay and submit your order, within a couple days, all of your paperwork will be filed, formed, you will be legal, and you will be legitimate. And all you would have to do is take that paperwork and go open up a bank account before December the 31st. So that's always an option for you. Now, if you are a do-it-yourselfer, meaning that you believe you could take a day or so, do some binge watching on Ramon Preston University with the Millionaire Blueprint. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, of course you can save yourself the money you're going to pay our company to do it. But if you don't want to take the time, then we'll do it. If you do want to take the time, then you need to text the word millionaire. Text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Okay? You can text the word millionaire to that number. Now, once you text the word millionaire to that number, we're going to reach back out to you. And one of the reasons why I like for my in-house team to talk to you and to walk you through the onboarding process of getting access to our Millionaire Blueprint, one of the reasons why I like doing that, and we put as much emphasis as we can to it, is because we want to be able to at least make sure that you are purchasing the right product. Number one, we want to make sure, because again, as a business consultant, I always make sure that anything I do in my company, in my organization, that it reflects the fiduciary responsibility that I give myself to make sure that I'm giving you the best information, that I'm directing you correctly, and that I'm treating you like a client. So when you purchase our Millionaire Blueprint, I'm not treating you like a customer that bought a product from an online store. That's not how you're getting treated. You're being treated like a client who we are serving to provide business and financial wealth building training to. So we see you as a client. So we actually take you through a brief consultation assessment when you text the word millionaire. We want to identify with who you are, what it is that you're currently doing, what your goals are, and what you're actually looking for. And we want to make sure that you're making the right choice with the products and services or programs that we have. We also discuss other programs and products and services that we provide to at least give you the option to see that you do have alternatives. So for example, if you are in a complicated situation where you just can't do it before the year is out and you know you may be in tax trouble, you may need our legal team to file and form your entity. So the cost associated to that may be worth it because time is not on your side right now, you see? And then maybe in addition to that, or instead of that, you need us to walk you through certain steps as consultants and coaches. So we want to at least discuss what our coaching and consulting services are, what programs we have available, because they may be more advantageous to you. So once we're able to talk with you and get some information from you, we can better serve you, because that's what it's about. Your success is our success. If we're just pushing people through like an internet page, a landing page, and some online program, but you're not really getting what you need to get out of it because no one really gave you the opportunity to help you be pointed in the right direction, it's going to be a reflection of us at some point, because you're not going to win. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to get what you need to get out of it because you didn't get the right product. It's kind of like going to a store and you know you have a problem, but you just don't know what product or what service solves that problem. But if you have someone that comes to you and walks you through the process of identifying with your problem and solving it so that you have the right tool, you have the right thing. It's kind of like going to like a hardware store and you trying to put a picture up, right? And you don't know what it's going to take to put the picture up so it'll stay up. And you may assume, you know what, I could just buy some tape and tape the picture up. Well, that product you're going to go buy and you're not even going to use it because you're not going to get the results you need. But if someone walks up to you and says, no, you don't need tape for this. You just need this screw and you just need this little device to put the screw in the wall and you just drop it on there. And you're like, oh, problem solved. That's what we do. So you can text Millionaire to that number and we will call you back and we will discuss our Millionaire Blueprint with you. If you want to know more about our Millionaire Mentorship program, you can actually find that out if you go to RamonPreston.com. All you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com even before you text, if you would like, and you can see all the information right here. Our Millionaire Mentorship program is right here. We have, this Millionaire Mentorship program is going to be a game changer. Now, if you don't know, in April of this year, we launched a one-year business coaching program. And we were only going to leave it open for 30 to 60 days. That was our initial goal. We were going to leave it open until maybe May, no later than the end of May, coming into June. Well, what happened was we had such an overwhelming response in April. We probably had about 20 people that signed up for our one-year business coaching program. Literally, we had about 20 people to sign up within the first week or two. And so we were like, oh, wow, it's something here. And so once we started processing these new clients and conducting our initial coaching sessions with them to set them up for the year and onboarding them to our system and our program, we started talking ourselves into extending it. And we extended the payment terms, we just started extending it and adding new features and new benefits to the program. Well, to make a long story short, we kept the program open, meaning that we were accepting new clients and registering new people all the way up until just this month. Just a few weeks ago, we closed registration. And so we may have had close to 50 people that joined our program. And keep in mind, this is a $5,000 one-year program. And we had nobody that griped about the price, because some of the clients that joined this program previously received coaching from us outside of the one-year program for even more than that, because our coaching and consulting is worth every dollar. And we really, really help a lot of people start and structure and scale their businesses and their income streams and ministries. So it works. And so we know what we have is very, very valuable. And most people that are in our space doing things that are similar to what we do are nowhere near $5,000. We have clients that have told us they've been a part of programs that were $20,000 to $25,000, and they didn't get a fraction of what we're getting in your program. So we're proud to say that. But again, with the exception of maybe a few coaching clients, we may have had 10 or so that fell off and that are no longer a part of it. But for the most part, the overwhelming majority of our coaching clients have been in this program. And so coming into this new year, since we've discontinued that and we are no longer accepting registrations for the coaching, I decided to create a program that, number one, complements our Millionaire Blueprint, since we've upgraded it. And number two, I wanted a program that was our coaching and consulting services combined, but on an accelerated level. So it doesn't mean that my coaching clients are not getting me as a consultant and coach. It just means that the nature of an accelerated mentorship program is going to feel different than just a typical coaching program. Because if you're hiring me to be your coach, whether you're in a program that I offer or just a session by session service that I'm providing, I am basically working for you to help you do what you want to do better. And I am to some extent limited and restricted to how hard I can push you, because I'm hired to do what you need me to do. As opposed to a mentorship program that is coaching and consulting but more accelerated. As I just told one of my clients yesterday, I was coaching one of my clients yesterday, and before I came into the conference room for the session, they were in there talking to my personal assistant and basically telling my personal assistant that they're going to move up to our Diamond Millionaire Mentorship program. They want to join the Diamond Millionaire Mentorship program because they're like 90 days away from the coaching ending. And I was sharing with them some of the differences, and I was explaining to this client that, yeah, you're not going to drag your behind. So as a coach, I may have to accept that this is the direction that you're going and this is the service that I'm providing to make that better. But if I'm mentoring you and you know that you're a part of an accelerated mentorship program, you're not going to drag your behind. Now I got to pull you. Now I got to drag you, literally, until you get up and start running at my pace, because there is somewhere that you need to get to. And I know we have no room for error. We have no room for delays. And so I'm very, very excited about our Millionaire Mentorship program. So if you're interested in knowing more about it, I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. And I want you to visit our university. You can get access to our university by going to RamonPrestonUniversity.com. It is a very secure site because it is a training platform. So if you have a problem accessing it by typing in RamonPrestonUniversity.com, because you definitely need your URL address correct. It needs to be correct. Just go to RamonPreston.com, click on RP University, and you will see the Millionaire Mentorship Program. We currently have 3 options. We have a gold membership, we have a platinum membership, and we have a diamond membership. This is a 1-year accelerated business coaching and consulting program. And each one of these options gives you 1-year access to our Millionaire Blueprint. So that comes with it. That $5,000 program comes with it for free. We also give you access to 1 year of weekly coaching calls. So every week we host private coaching calls where I do teaching and training, and we have in-depth Q&A. You get access to that 1 year. You get 1 year access to our coaching calls. You get access to all of our quarterly VIP workshops and masterminds. So beginning in January of 2022, we're going to be hosting 1-day mastermind workshops. So we're going to take a whole day, bring all of our millionaire mentees together, our current coaching members together, and we're literally going to be training you for 1 whole day. And this training is going to be centered around sales, marketing, financial systems, tax strategies. It's going to be centered around holding companies, divisions, subsidiaries, business systems. We're going to do a lot of deep dives like we have done. But the difference between what we're doing in 2022 and what we've done up to now is it won't just be 4-hour events. It will be 1-day events. And of course, you could join virtually or in person. So we have 3 mentorship memberships that you can choose: gold, platinum, and diamond. Okay, the gold membership, I just explained to you what all the benefits are that you get. The platinum is different in that you also get an initial one-on-one coaching session, and you get quarterly coaching check-ins. So we're going to be dropping in every quarter, in addition to our regular calls, our quarterly events, our weekly events, our weekly calls, and your Millionaire Blueprint access. The diamond membership is actually like it's going to be the standard, because we're going to be providing monthly check-ins. So literally, as a diamond member of our Millionaire Mentorship, we're literally going to be dropping in with coaching check-ins every 4 weeks, every 30 days. We're like literally every month on month. So that means you're gonna have access to the coaching calls every week. You're gonna have a millionaire concierge service provided for you so that you could call in, you can text. We're gonna be calling and texting you, making sure that you're on point and on pace every week. You're gonna come to our quarterly events, but more importantly, as a diamond, every 30 days, every month for that 1 year, we're going to have coaching check-ins to make sure that every couple weeks you're staying on pace, you're staying on point. Because what is the goal? The goal is to make you a blueprint millionaire. The goal is to give you not just my personal playbook and game plan through my wealth building system and through my training material and curriculum. But the goal is to mentor you to becoming what I am. I want more people to become that, because that's what's going to help me move forward. I think Jay-Z said something in one of his songs about what's better than a billionaire? 2. So I'm like, what's better than 2 millionaires? More? I want as many as I can around me, and I'm going to be creating a lot of them. And I want you to be one of them, okay? So please reach out to us. Text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Take what I am teaching you today and talking about today very, very serious, okay? Take it serious. Do not play with your business and tax strategies, and do not wait until you get into 2022 to do that, all right? So I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Again, make sure your notifications are on, because I may go live tomorrow at noon. Because I'm going to be in the office. We're going to be doing I'm taping, I'm doing some recording, and I'm just doing a lot, because I know next week is going to be a very, very, very busy week, because we are going to literally come in here next week and make up for the last 51 weeks. I want to do 51 weeks worth of work next week, at least in my mind I do. And so if for some reason we are not live tomorrow on Christmas Eve, and if for some reason we're not live on Monday because we're completing our studio build out, then we'll definitely be back live, if not tomorrow and or Monday, on Tuesday the 28th. And then we're going to be starting a new format for the Ramon Preston Show on January the 3rd. That's Monday, January the 3rd. We're going to be starting a new format. So I'll be sharing more with you about how that format is going to look. I'll be sharing more of that with you next week, because I'll at least have all of my technology and systems set up, and I'll have a better feel on what direction we're going to be able to go. I'll have my timers in front of me. I'm going to have so much stuff going on. It's going to be much better for me to be able to communicate that. But I love you all. I appreciate you all. I hope you got some value out of today's show on business and tax strategies. And again, even outside of our Millionaire Blueprint, our mentorship program, our licensing program, or anything else, if there's anything that we can do, any questions we can answer, listen to me. I have people, like yesterday we had someone that called, and I was literally on the phone with them for about 30 minutes, and my assistant was on the phone with them for about 30 minutes, just walking them through scenario after scenario on what they can do to benefit themselves and their businesses by starting and structuring a holding company, by learning how to run it, building systems for their business, and on and on and on. And guess what? I don't even think they bought anything or purchased anything from us, not even something from our store. But guess what? I'm just appreciative that we have a community that can trust us to know that when you connect with us, when you do business with us, I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you the game. I ain't cutting no corners, because I want you to win. I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. I'm not a hater, not on that level. I want to help people. I'm a helper, not a hater. So anyway, I love you. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, or Monday. If not tomorrow, Monday. We'll have a 4-day weekend. We'll be back here on Tuesday, December the 28th, for the remote.